element, and you know it's gonna be the likes of Lastro and SeungHoon for survivability, right? If you're the side of Crazy Raccoons, because both teams are able to really get.
Heaven, reject, going up against Crazy Raccoon. Maybe this is an opponent that they didn't expect, but reject, as the defending champions, have to get the job done here.
Chat, make some noise! Be sure to shout out your favorite team that you want to win here in the finals for the Asia region Ignite Stage 2 as Piggy's going in for a bit of a hunt, looking for some Star-Lord action, deflecting off just a bit of a tenacious moment. A lot of flying elements here, and finds Vital super low with it, looking for a bit of an action right there, but the bubble from JT3 is superior.
Great bubble, great heads-up play coming in, but Piggy's going right back to it. Is there a strategist to help Vital stay alive? We'll see. No one going down just yet, as both teams playing to their absolute limit here, as the site still has not opened up just yet. Piggy's still chasing down Vital, who will not go down without a fight, but NX, who else to open up here with the opening elimination? But is that going to be enough? Reject still staying alive here as Jmac punches away IZaYaKI, as Crazy Raccoon look to take early control thanks to the rage coming in from Vital.
I mean, despite the fact that Piggy did their best to isolate out Vital, it was still on the likes of multiple members from Crazy Raccoons to be able to step up to the plate, right, and get like Jmac on the back line, just harassing IZaYaKI when it was really necessary. Couldn't force out the Soul Resurgence to save their own skin. So back at it we go. Reject hunting for some opening picks around. Lastro has there's dorsal fin out as the shark. You see Gargoyle with eyes at the back of the head waiting for the shark attack to come in, but it's gonna be Jmac starting things off with a humongous dive, waiting for some buffet feast in their way. Now Lastro has made their appearance, but Gargoyle just sneaks up ahead, playing as a team to take this high ground for themselves. Slam dunk, as well as JT3, humongous Meteor M, and they're unrelenting. They're dropping names on the side of Reject, and Crazy Raccoons bringing their momentum forward.
The combo, Jmac with the knockup into the Meteor from JT3. Crazy Raccoon are just absolutely dialed in with a great wombo combo with the two Japanese frontliners of Jmac and JT3. And this might be Crazy Raccoon with all the momentum here as they look to deny Reject, who did go for an adjustment with the Namor and Hulk combo team-up ability. But so far, can they get the job done here? 6 ultimates available on Reject.
Yeah, that's the one thing they have going for them, right? A lot of incredible Hulk action coming through. Once again, eyes on Vital to hold them off these sight lines. And Gargoyle is right up with there looking for some Spark Sag and absolutely nails it. The Galactic Legend comes up a little bit too late, forcing the end song. Looking for some concert action as they swoop down onto Lastro. The flames erupt, but the shark lives.
Oh my gosh, but look at the timer coming in. 99 is the name for Crazy Raccoon. Finale wants to find some sort of opportunity thanks to the horn of Proteus. We'll find one as the rage is forced to be used to keep JT3 alive. Marvel will find SeungHoon on the off end of your screen as Reject look to take control now and are getting that precious percentage points up and going.
I thought Piggy had the displacement, but I didn't see the feet light up, so it must have survived as right now, you know, Rejects were able to convert the point for themselves with basically burning all 6 ultimates at once. Crazy Raccoons now having to reorganize themselves because Marvel's on the left, we've got Piggy on the right, Vanguard's flying galore, and they're trying to figure out where to get themselves back into the race here.
A little bit of a moment to breathe for both of these teams as Jmac looks to go in with the tether, with the feast, and takes down IZaYaKI. DDobi will follow as well. Finale, though, will find a trade, but still a man advantage in the favor of Crazy Raccoon. And SeungHoon might just seal the deal with that cosmic yarn as NX and the rest of the Raccoons are going to take over the first round.
Wow, I mean, unbelievable performance from Crazy Raccoons, right? Despite so many things that Rejects were trying to counter with
Crazy Raccoon showing why they made it all the way here into the grand finals. But now they have to do it again. Within map 1, it is a best of 3. Reject, though, as the defending champions, will not go down without a fight.
Oh, 100% not, right? They've already made their immediate adjustments onto the Gamma team up to maybe stall out Star-Lord and NX, who has the, Galactic Legend. So clearing out the squids is going to be the name of the game as Gargoyle looks for a bit of a long-range fight. The Sparks applying a bit of pressure on the outside, just trying to wrap around, not letting Crazy Raccoons get behind them, but they have to worry about Jmac absolutely feasting on them. Okay, it's going to be Vital coming in with the Rage of Ultra and forcing IZaYaKi's Soul Resurgence, flooding this site, taking this under their control.
Here we go. It looks like NX figures out that the time is now to use the Galactic Legend, but can he find at least one? It looks like the answer will be yes. DDobi will go down on the tail end of NX's ultimate, but can he find any more? The Gamma Squid from Finale doing a lot of work here as Jmac is forced to run for the hills, but will not get to safety in time. But NX quick to trade as Jeff also going to be burned, but IZaYaKI will find JT3 in the end. Lastro finds the Hulk, and that'll be a key tank, a key vanguard away. NX just bonks Finale on the head.
They haven't gotten the
Crazy
point
Raccoon.
just yet.
Yeah, still no point. Like you said, no one taking control, no one seizing the site's grasp as Piggy tries to stay alive here, trying to stay in the fight as IZaYaKI has the Soul Resurgence again, and we are just gonna go back and forth and back again. Jmac finds IZaYaKI though. The burst damage is gonna be enough to deny the Soul Resurgence, but DDobi comes back with that dance floor.
We've gone through 2 phases of ultimates thus far, and still no one team has gotten a single percentage point on. The team up happens. Marvel's back in the action after the swallow from his Jeff, looking for a bit of revenge onto Lastro. But Puny Banner comes out. No, yeah, Puny Banner out of action. Looking for the final drop is Vital. Now NX hunting around with the Galactic Legends. And finally, after minutes, it has converted to Crazy Raccoon.
Oh my god, the tether coming in from Jmac. No one is able to escape from Jmac's grasp. But Reject, we're able to find all but 5 points. But Crazy Raccoon will take a mile out of this opportunity as Reject. Is there an adjustment here? Yes. Gargoyle now on the Bucky, the Winter Soldier. As the rest of Reject look to find some sort of alternative, some sort of way back in. But Vital is just going to force them away for a few more seconds.
IZaYaKI hopped onto the Invisible Woman with the Visible Boundary, provides a bit more cover for the flyers, right? They're really trying to target anti-flying, anti-dive with the composition Rejects have. Gargoyle trying to isolate some of these, but with Marvel being the first one to drop, it's not looking for good for Rejects.
Jeff available for side of Lastro. The stun lands onto 2. It's going to be Gargoyle and Piggy getting taken away, but the rest of Reject will also follow suit as Crazy Raccoon. They're already halfway there. They're so close to seizing control of map number 1. Reject, what else do you have in you?
They have 4 check marks. That's what they have in them at the moment. But they need to come in as a team. Look at how aggressive Crazy Raccoons has played, right? They've got 3 of their own coming in, and they're likely going to have to check those 1. Oh, beautiful Phase looking for it, forcing out the fate of the both worlds. But just a little bit too late was that fate, because Gargoyle will find the demise despite the DDobi's ultimate coming online. They're trying to make it back onto the point here. Visible Boundary to counter NX, but Jmac still finds the DDobi. Jmac on an absolute rampage, doing everything. It's Venom's dream. It's the Vanguard's dream to have so much impact on the battlefield here.
Why is this guy a coach? Who put him on the coaching position? Just put him as a player. This guy is going absolutely crazy. Jmac, the coach, and now a player here in the grand final, the biggest stage of Ignite, just puts on an absolute show. So much CC, so much utility. And he was the difference here as he deservingly gets the MVP.
7 out of 8 maps for Crazy Raccoons have been won by them. The momentum is flowing. You can absolutely tell that they are working as an absolute unit, right? Despite so many adjustments.
Go for the Phoenix for now. Does have the option to go the... Actually, no, doesn't have the option. Oh, no, he does have the option.
To see it to the end. Do you believe in the Crazy Raccoon's crazy kind of journey so far, or do you respect Reject's name in the game here? As Reject actually getting a lot of space despite the triple. They may be taking these long sight lines, these long flanking angles to catch Lastro high in the sky. It's gonna be Jmac hopping back into spawn to change it up for themselves.
Yep, changes over to the Captain America this time around. Look at the formation coming in from Reject. They're securing every single lane. They secure the left side, they secure the right side, as well as the middle area. And with that spread out, the amount of coverage from Reject.
Oh, I like it.
Makes it difficult for Crazy Raccoons to go in, but being so spread out like that, you can't really focus fire onto anyone. And that's exactly what Crazy Raccoons expose.
Yeah, it's great, right? Because now they basically enveloped the envelope from themselves and opened things up for basically getting the objective halfway through. A bit of a dive coming in from the side of Marvel, but to no avail so far. Now Lastro already with the Ultron element on, looking to place their rage into the hands of Crazy Rack and Rejects, and finds Gargoyle in the midst of it all. Now onto NX high in the sky with their dynamic duo, the spin to win will find Angela, and suddenly Rejects looking like they're crumbling a little bit.
Yep, they're going to be forced to reset for a tiny bit longer. Marvel getting staggered as Piggy does respawn. Gargoyle looking to use the portal to try to get himself back into the fray right before the first point gets tapped. Yep, it's going to get denied for just a bit longer as the legendary being popped by NX. Vital also trying to team up with the Ensong Inferno, but IZaYaKI is there to quickly neutralize the burst that is coming in from Crazy Raccoon. Can they keep on going? NX looking to finish off what is left of Finale as he gets swallowed up by DDobi, but it's too little too late.
It really is at this moment. Gets spit out at basically low health and will escape with their life. Now back into the action. The tendrils do catch Vital, but these sparks are flaming and Piggy will pay for their troubles. Jmac in the heat of it. The shield will find a Finale as well. Marvel goes away for their troubles and looks like the final meters of this objective will be collected by Crazy Raccoon.
They're getting absolutely torched right now. Jmac just bashing his shield into the back line again and again and again. And now Crazy Raccoon keep on moving forward. Reject with a quick adjustment. DDobi now switching over to the Loki. Gargoyle now on the Bucky. Can this be the tipping point here? Can Reject find any sort of momentum here?
The poke out, just letting this ultimate build. They have to take the high ground, which is important. Finale. Wary of it, very wary of Vital. Taste of your own medicine, but the BRB does bring that back. Look at how Crazy Raccoons is posturing themselves in this high ground, but Finale has a pixel perfect angle onto so much of the attackers here that they're able to force a lot of these players back. Now Vital going in with it, looking for some end song. It is the end song, at least for Gargoyle, who gets sent back.
Boundary also used defensively from IZaYaKI. Piggy times his shot perfectly to take out NX, who doesn't have a BRB to rely on, so he's gonna have to sit in the sidelines for a few more seconds. Lastro uses the rage as well to try to zone away Reject. But Reject, they're not gonna waver. They're not gonna use too much. They have a lot of ultimates to work with, and right here is where Gargoyle figures out this is time to shine. A great stun onto 3, but the Cosmic Yard is going to do so much work here as SeungHoon from the backline will take out Gargoyle, denying that exact ultimate as Marvel goes in with the tendrils. Will dive down Lastro 6 feet under. And Reject, though, finally showing some momentum here, showing that they are able to hold for just a bit longer, but NX wants to change that with Jmac's Freedom Charge.
Yeah, Freedom diving into the back line. He's just a 1v1 looking to take these for a bit of a stroll. Unfortunately, Gargoyle was on defense duty, but IZaYaKI falls regardless. Now the Feast of the Abyss coming up from Marvel to try and keep it interesting, but Jmac, once again, unbelievable performance right now. Vital with the right clicks that were very similar to what we saw in the previous matchup. Lastro to end things off.
Yo, they are torching the defending champions right now. Reject are... I wouldn't be honest if they're a little bit stunned right now. This is a crazy performance from Jmac and NX. NX, though, he's done this before. We've seen him do it throughout this entire tournament, just carrying the Raccoons on his back at times. But now it looks like everyone on Crazy Raccoon looks to be online and ready to go. Not only NX is cooking, it's also Jmac, it's also Vital, it's also Lastro and SeungHoon and the rest of the Raccoons. And they are not looking to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, Crazy Raccoons continue their rampage on this high ground, forcing so many players off the reject side. Gargle once again playing defensive hold, right? Realizing that, you know, a lot of players, especially Jmac, are on the back side hunting those strategists. But now your front side is exposed. Piggy will fall. The stun onto 2.
Oh.
It's gonna be IZaYaKI that falls as well. Gargle escapes with their life, but not anytime longer. Jmac fights back. Crazy Raccoon continue to rampage. The rodents pushing this objective along.
What a stun coming in from JT3. Cosmic Yarn even helping out by the likes of SeungHoon, giving everyone that 25% damage boost to be able to burst down IZaYaKI through the invisible boundary. And NX will be that next boundary that Reject have to burst through, but at least they have Dobi's Eternal Bond to break through.
I mean, it allows a bit of a momentum shift, at least for the side of Rejects, but not if JTC does that, right? Through the portal we go back onto the objective, hunting for their next high in the sky. Meteor M looking for a bit of a pick while Finale dashes through and onto the back line. We go Vital out of action. Reject finding some semblance of space as Gargle finds another. Cosmic Revival might be online, and we hear Vital with the Born again, bringing back the lives of Crazy Raccoons for yet another team fight.
Yep, they're still together and they're not done just yet. Here we go. The charge from Jmac goes in, but JT3, he is threatening with the Eye of Agamotto. When will he strike? When does he see a good opportunity? Nothing, no response coming in from Reject, but there is a zone that Crazy Raccoon have created, and Reject this time around cannot burst through. Crazy Raccoon coming in with a triple.
A phase 2 and then a beautiful resurrection, bringing back the momentum after Reject had burned, like, you know, an eternal bond and Eye of Agamotto. Heck to all of that ultimate.
Right now, before we are probably going to get inevitably kicked off, as EMEA will start in the soon, but I'm not entirely sure when. But
I don't know if the rate and pace that Crazy Raccoon played, we might not get to that point.
There is a world where we don't even get kicked off. We're gonna finish the grand final right before the next one starts. And Crazy Raccoon want to do just that with a commanding 3 points to their name. Now Reject have to match that to force OT, or else Crazy Raccoons will secure map 2 in a commanding fashion yet again.
Triple for Crazy Raccoons, like they've always done on their defensive half of RACCOON. Finale to the skies, along with their classic kind of diving technique. It's, you know, yep, it's exactly that. Marvel doing what Marvel does best. The Venom and the Tendrils will find Vital, a crucial one, but probably gets the Cocoon right back to even back this scoreline.
Yep, Cocoon will go online, ready to go, so Marvel will take care of that Cocoon early so they don't have to worry about it at a later fight. Finale and Marvel looking to find an advantageous angle as they look to take control of this lane. A great skewer from Piggy denies Vital of any sort of comeback into the map, as he is sent to the sidelines as the exterminator of Lastro going online. But Piggy, being an absolute nuisance on this Angela pick, will deny of any sort of comeback, but Lastro does come back thanks to the BRB, but SeungHoon will fall soon after.
We talk about basically the Resurrect meta coming out strong, right? Crazy Raccoons had to burn a lot, but still, it's the Son of Rejects finding their rate and pace. We've got the dive, the triple dive that Genji was running previously, the Venom, the Jeff, plus the Star-Lord, but Rejects are finding a bit more rate and pace within themselves, finding the right angles to work together and break apart the defense of Crazy Raccoons.
Jack looking to get the momentum into their favor. They got absolutely blown out in map 1. Now looking to find some sort of light here as Finale takes down Lastro, but Lastro comes back thanks to the BRB. This is the season of resurrections after all, as Lastro pops that rage. No, it's not going to be the rage. It's actually SeungHoon with the Cosmic Yarn trying to give everyone some bonus damage, some bonus HP. Lastro will take full advantage of it. but BRB from Finale will be burned. Piggy and Gargoyle cleaning up house here as the Cosmic Yarn response out of Reject is going to be enough to send Crazy Raccoon back to the lobby.
Apparently, Captain cannot do this all day. Jmac gets freedom. No freedom for you. Sent back. Chugging along is this objective. And Crazy Raccoon's struggling to put up a bit of a fight with early picks coming out from Finale onto Lastro, as well as a double dive from Piggy and Marvel, making it so worth now. Coming in with their own Angela, trying to find there a bit of an angle. We'll find DDobi, open things up now. Freedom charge from Finale, just absolutely targeting this Angela. Now it's an Angela v Angela 5. Piggy will get the better of JT3 despite the retribution coming in hot.
Great response though. Vital popping the Karmic Revival just to keep that man advantage even. As the rest of Crazy Raccoons looking to find an opportunity. Jmac a little bit overextended. NX will trade as well though. And that's something you want to see as Gargoyle does get respawned thanks to the BRB yet again. Vital getting taken out by Marvel's tendrils. But Vital having the cocoon will be able to again resurrect again, but Gargoyle snipes away. NX lasers him back into the respawn room as the Reject looking to take control of the first point. Albeit it took them a while, but they do manage to get it done unless Jmac has something to say about it as NX and the rest of the Raccoons running rampant yet again.
You turn the sometimes you're trying to chase down as the chaser, but you look behind you and there's someone else chasing you. It's a cat v mouse v cat v mouse so far, but in the midst of it all, Jmac was able to stabilize the aggressions from Rejects as they have to regroup. This gives the Crazy Raccoons a chance to actually position their forces and posturing just a little bit more. We've got Piggy coming in. We have his retribution being earthbound as NX popping their ultimate regardless. But there's so much Cosmic Yarn in the way that no one's dropped so far. Agamotto, focus fire and Finale does find the mark.
Found the stun onto 3, but no one goes down in the end. Finale is able to respawn, and DDobi takes away the front line of Crazy Raccoon as the rest of Reject look to finally take over. Overtime meter has come into fruition in for the first time here on Aracco, but it looks like it's all Reject as they look to avoid a complete domination from Crazy Raccoon, and they will find a point for themselves.
They will indeed, right? The changes from Crazy Raccoons not to be undervalued either. J3 making some great work on the Angela to counter Piggy's Angela of their own. But DDobi had a brilliant feast as the Jeff as well to find 2 for the price of 1. Now, look at the way Jmac's playing as well, right? Just off their freaking minds. They just have to not overextend because the moment that happens is just Rejects focusing fire on the front side for themselves.
Quick ultimate checkup here. Vital does have the Karmic Revival. Also has the Cocoon available. That's a key thing to note. So if they ever focus down Vital, he can just come right back and try to revive everyone with Karmic Revival. But Finale here, though, has the ultimate, has Gargoyle also to back him up as IZaYaKI gonna get meleeed down. But Piggy and Finale looking to team up to find more and more as Reject look to keep this point moving in their favor. Piggy, great pick coming in, but look at Jmac just stalling for a little bit, just hiding behind Aracco's legs. We'll get spotted out and we'll just run away.
Jmac's doing so much right now. It's unbelievable in terms of the survivability. Look at the flying. This is an F1 race if I've ever seen it. Piggy catches up to JT3 and will take them down. Now in control of this objective. 60 seconds to be able to push all the way up the ramp into this. Coming with Heaven's Retribution. Earthbound is these players and coming in the dive to follow up the tendrils. So much to be had. And the feast rain good. SeungHoon is on the menu. And so is Vital. Suddenly Reject find their pacing on the back line.
It's all Reject right now. The momentum, they've finally woken up here after that map 1 loss. And Reject looking good here. Dobby threatening with the It's Jeff. Will use it immediately as a zoning potential. Or did they predict a desperation portal play? Here we go. We scrap and fight yet again. As Crazy Raccoon, they want to deny the point here. They want to deny the point now. 10 seconds left until Reject are forced to confine onto the area of the Araco site as Vital and Lastro team up to find one because of the BRB coming in to resurrect Finale, who is going to go legendary, trying to find this pesky little raccoon. Does find it in the end, but he will maybe get traded in the end, but NX and SeungHoon will come right back thanks to the Carmack Revival, and Jmac will follow suit as the Raccoons. What is going on? Everyone on Raccoons suddenly coming online and ready to go. A quick little laser fight here in the sidelines as Finale does trade out the 2 Ultrons. Both of those Ultrons not going to be available for the fight as Crazy Raccoon light up the feed red. And Crazy Raccoon, out of nowhere, off of a desperation portal, will secure map 2.
Unbelievable. Honestly, Crazy Raccoons, every time I think they're down and out, they come back with a vengeance. They come back with cards that we've never seen before. And it's off the backs of the likes of NX, off the likes of Jmac to do so much. Lastro as well, coming in clutch whenever they need the right heals, the right potential, the right speed boosts from the bubbles of the Land Shark. It's so much to have to deal with. And Reject, honestly, yes, they are they're multitasking with all these angles like you saw at that tail end. So many 1v1s, so many people calling for help, asking for backup. That's where you get the tick for tat trade. Really efficient, right? So you want to be able to work around things that can break out your team play. That is Captain America. That is your Karmic Revival.
Raccoons' favor.
Oh,
and
okay.
rightfully so, because right now the Raccoons are absolutely cooking.
They are indeed. They're in the kitchen. They're doing their stir fries. They're on to dessert soon. I mean, it's a 5-course meal if you're the side of Crazy Raccoons. They're absolutely bringing a Michelin level star delicacy, and they've been killing it with their performance. So once again, all eyes on Reject to bring the fight. Look at the posturing and positioning from Crazy Raccoons, right? Already pushed up all the way up front to make it difficult and more expensive for Rejects to fight their way back in with the high ground advantage that will have to be broken by Piggy. You see them teamed up with a Finale just around the corner. Crazy Raccoons anticipating it, looking in the right place at the right time.
Yep, there's no way for Piggy to go in with the awareness that Crazy Raccoon have. Trying to find a quick angle. Finds Lastro, almost gets the skewer down, but is not able to. But Reject looking to seize control as soon as possible. We'll find a wild Loki yet again. But right now, Reject looking to spread out all over this site and then looking to go for one collective strike, one collective blow to just knock Crazy Raccoons out of the site.
Yeah, it's still, nobody's game just yet. Everyone is just dancing around structures, not willing to overcommit. But okay, IZaYaKI has been kind of caught out. But hey, once you slip on those ice skates, away you go. NX in the back line being challenged by Piggy themselves. It's the dive from Marvel to find the tendrils onto multiple players. And that'll be the first pick. SeungHoon finding some efficacy right there, and the Lastro will get the revenge onto Finale. NX had popped off the end song, couldn't find anybody, so it's a tick for tat so far.
Yep, great trades coming in from both sides. Lab's also going to be burned, but right now Reject, they still have to find control of the site. This is a great step, taking out the star player of NX. Jmac comes down from the skies, takes out Gargoyle, takes a quick nap, and then wakes up to keep on fighting here as SeungHoon takes out Marvel as well. Crazy Raccoon looking to hold a godlike defense, but Dobby has the It's Chef combo, has it. When does he strike? Here we go, the bells jingle, but he does find one in the end. No, he doesn't actually find anyone. JT3 will just smack him back into the respawn room, and Crazy Raccoon looking to defend yet again.
As quick as the action has been persisting, it's all quiet right now on the Western Front as Reject have to regroup, right? They lost 2, they can't, and they committed an IZJeff ult as well. Very expensive if you're sort of Reject, having basically no ticks to show for their efforts. So back onto this right side high ground we go. Jmac's ahead of the game, but look at the repositioning right now from the side of Gargoyle as well. So hey, NX now being challenged. You can't challenge by the likes of Piggy if you have lanterns by your side. NX just applying these sparks for pressure. The Feast comes out, not much because the healing potential right now against this Feast is too much.
Crazy defense from Reject right now. No one on Reject. Or actually, crazy defense coming in from Crazy Raccoon. Reject struggling to find any sort of footing. Still have yet to take out even a third of the site.
It's kind of fragmented, you know, because Marvel went in for the dive. No one was there now. Okay, NX will respond to just hold things back. A lot of ultimates coming in. Finale does
have. Oh my god, Finale!
Absolutely wicked shots from NX, shooting out that Galactic Legends, now supporting their player here, trying to get Piggy out of action, forcing them back into the recesses. Reject looked very fragmented. They'll come in with one ultimate and then get quickly zoned out by the rest of Crazy Raccoons, and I don't see the trades from Reject to support the initiator.
20 seconds left now. There is not much time to work with here as NX does finally get bested by Finale. Vital though does have that Cosmic Yarn as the IZJeff is going to find one, but can he get themselves over to the edge in time? It looks like the answer will be yes. 2 members will go down as the rest of Reject looking to take over. Piggy and Gargoyle will find more as Reject finally, after 4 whole minutes of scraps and fighting, will look to take control. And NX is all but denying the inevitable. But is it enough time? No. Jmac cannot get the teleport in time.
They still want to commit though. They want to basically move in and stall this point as much as possible. Is that the aim of the game here? No, they're falling back. They're pulling, maybe baiting Piggy out into the open, but with the maneuverability that Angela provides, they're gonna be able to skedaddle out of there. Expensive one for Crazy Raccoons, to be honest, to be able to trigger the cooldown of the strange teleport. But hey, they've got time on their hands, and Jmac's already in position to start stalling out this.
IZaYaKi. He's definitely looking to try to take down the backline, the strategists of Reject, but SeungHoon will snipe Piggy from the skies as Finale looking for an opportunity, but DDobi will find that pick onto Vital as he swims his way to try to get another angle going. Jmac still holding on to that Eye of Agamotto, still waiting for the perfect time to use it, but right now, look at the positioning for Reject. They're looking to be on the defensive from the way they're positioned.
They are just waiting and baiting. Agamotto comes in from the heavens, only gets Marvel. The spin to win from Finale, trying to hold things back. Now, Gargoyle coming in with the Soul Resurgence. Both Soul Resurgence actually active as the Mantis proves to want to provide, but the time's up. No more Soul Resurgence. It's NX down for the count. It's Finale now caught within the embrace of the Sonic Seduction, but still finds JT3!
Still doesn't even matter. It's only a few seconds of a stun, and Finale will finish what is left of the Raccoons as Reject. Looking good here as they look to push. They're already halfway, and they might... Oh, gotta be careful, NX. You almost got caught by Finale. The 2-star players, the star player of stage 1 facing the star player of stage 2, and NX will best them. We'll even find Piggy as a consolation prize as well.
The backup prize, just if in case the first one wasn't enough, we'll send another message, says NX, leaving Reject scrambling, you know, to fall back into their spot. I'm looking at IZaYaKI as well, still holding on to the Fair of Both Worlds that hasn't been popped for the last couple of minutes, right? Perhaps not in the right place at the right time, but you don't want to hang on to these too long as they reassemble into the fight here.
10 seconds left right now. Marvel gets absolutely exploded. That is bad news for Reject if they want to keep on pushing here. DDobi does find the mark with the IZJeff, it seems, as everyone on the Crazy Raccoon struggling to find the Landshark. They will be able to finish him off in the end, but JT3 will laser one down. Crazy Raccoon looking to hold here as Gargoyle, the main focus of the Inferno. NX will not let you leave as the Reject looking to desperately try to find a way back into this fight, but Vital with the Galactic Legend will send Reject back into the spawn room, and Reject are forced to settle with one.
Forced to settle with one. Halfway through phase 2 is Reject's initiative to take the offensive first. We'll see if this is, obviously, if I know that as a caster, Reject definitely knows that. So let's see how they try to counter and then re-counter themselves.
What looked to be a good push coming in out of Reject, but Crazy Raccoon quick to respond. And now on the attacking side, the setup coming in from Reject, it's going to be that triple. No, it's not actually triple. It's the 2-1-3 as Finale, the sole duelist, rocking that Star-Lord, who has been doing pretty well. But he has to go above and beyond, it seems, if Reject even want to have a chance to come back into this map.
Yeah, I'm also thinking about the DDobi's continuing pick of Jeff. There's a lot of focus fire happening. Everyone's very privy to how Jeff is being played nowadays. So the fact that, you know, perhaps the healing pool has much better efficacy than I thought, but hey, I called it right. We're just starting off with those backline access, a lot of shields to just prevent the teams from stunning Jmac, bringing the charge of the rest of Crazy Raccoons to take this high ground advantage for themselves. Rejects aware of the concern, so reposition themselves around the map to not allow this to be as efficient as they think it is.
Yeah, default move coming in from Crazy Raccoon, trying to get that high ground advantage, something that they really like to emphasize from what we saw back in their series against Gen G. Finale, though, jumping up and down, trying to find some sort of openings. DDobi in the thick of it, trying to find some sort of opening, as Piggy might have found a shove. Yes, he does. Sends JT3 off the cliff, as Crazy Raccoon now down a key Vanguard here, as they look to defend. And Crazy Raccoon, do they want to reset just yet? It looks like the answer might be no, as everyone's still staying on that site.
Piggy going back for more, looking for the teleporter themselves and letting the rest of the team kind of follow up on this, hunting for the strategist. The dive, perfect from Marvel as well, has the feast, going in for it, chomp onto NX. Vital drops as well. Rejects coming in strong, but okay, turning the tides is the BRB. SeungHoon has something to say about it.
And then resurges the souls of Crazy Raccoon as everyone looking to go in. Okay, you can't even get away with a Jetful here as DDobi. Every time he went for one, Crazy Raccoon quick to shut it down. And now Finale trying to find another way to shut down the Raccoons that have been absolutely locked in right now as a stun. Again, only landing onto Marvel as Lastro steals away the Soul Resurgence and will keep everyone alive. Gargoyle also using that Soul Resurgence as well, but JT3 will pop that Silent Seduction, maybe just to zone what is left of Reject, as Crazy Raccoon looking to overpower and overcome Reject. But Reject trying to stay true to their name and try to reject Crazy Raccoons from this site.
Yeah, just all these isolated 1v1s, but nobody getting too much trades. Never mind, Marvel falls, but see, a trade immediately erupts with Lastro being taken out by the Land Shark itself. Onto this backline we go. Gargoyle will meet the demise. Can't get to sleep fast enough, but look at the trade here. NX will find IZaYaKI, right? The rocket. Unfortunately, NX on a bit of a rampage. JT finds another, and Crazy Raccoons a punch through. Not if right now Marvel has anything to say about it. They're pushing back into the spawn. They're able to capture this first point, and they want to keep this chugging along.
That's a play coming in from both Jmac and JT3. The Vanguards here of Crazy Raccoon just trying to zone away Reject, just to body block the portal from being used. And they do so successfully, and now they're going to get first point. 3 minutes to work with to try to break open the defense of Reject. And that is a great start. Great chokehold coming in from JT3 onto Marvel, as SeungHoon will finish the job.
Crazy Raccoons chugging along, right? They have the opportunity here to seal
he
the
knows.
deal. I mean, they're getting ever so closer. Reject will have to touch in pretty fast, pretty hard.
My God,
Looking at
yeah.
Piggy and Marvel to make it work for themselves. As Jmac already here. Constant Amplifier, Vital, just providing all this sustain. But yes, it's the Heaven's Retribution coming in. Plus, Pit Finale just aimbotting from the heavens here on the Galactic Legends, but can't find any value because there's so much sustain from the Soul Resurgence.
Great plays coming in. Jmac coming in with the Eye of Agamotto, but DDobi comes in to save the stunned up members of Reject, and DDobi will find 2. And now looks to be a great defense coming in from Reject as Crazy Raccoon. They only have 1 Raccoon alive, and that Raccoon will try to run away. Okay, and gets absolutely skewered down.
I mean, it was like 1 meter left, I think, for Crazy Raccoons to have to do with. The Reject cutting it close. Now Jmac using the teleporter pretty early. I mean, it's 2 minutes. You might as well start things off and burn that cooldown.
Oh.
Wait, what happened?
What happened?
Okay, I'm not quite sure what happened. They maybe want to save it. I didn't see a stun coming in from anyone from the side of Rejects either, so they're just gonna walk onto the site.
Oh, that's at least it didn't happen during overtime. At least that didn't happen. They still have a whole minute 40 to work with, so plenty of time for the Raccoons to try to make their way back into this map. But Reject, they have to hold here. Whole 90 seconds left as everyone's starting to use their supporting ultimates. IZaYaKI still holding onto the CYA. Will pop it now. But Reject have to look for a defense here. Great block, great tracking coming in from the roster of Reject to try to deny the Endsong Inferno, but NX just chasing down, hunting down. But Finale does come back thanks to the BRB as Lastro will laser down Marvel as the rest of Crazy Raccoon looking to make the push happen. 4.3 meters is going to be the difference here from a match point of Crazy Raccoons, and the feed lights up blue out of nowhere. Crazy Raccoons, they are on a tear. They're on that speed run to a 4-0, but they take map 3.
Unbelievable. Even without the teleport coming in, they didn't even trigger the overtime. It was just comfort picks and comfort momentum for the side of Crazy Raccoons. They are on fire, and I cannot overemphasize how unbelievable their coordination and their performance is. Even with the likes of DDobi finding 2, throwing them off the edge, even with the likes of Finale.
Teams do have the option to run the Adam Warlock Karmic Revival available here on Domination.
Alluded to them maybe wanting to play up close and personal because the Thor is alive as well. We'll have to see as they rampage their way through into map number 4. Here we go.
Ooh, it's a little bit scary for Reject. The pressure is insurmountable right now. Your championship title on the line here as Jmac. Look at him go. He got some solid legs right there.
It's leg day. It's leg day today, bro.
Okay, he finds the angle though. Finds the Rocket Raccoon. Will find a way to knock him up, but probably won't result into a knockout just yet. Piggy dangerously low. No one there to help him as Vital will punish that immediately. And looks like the rest of the Crazy Raccoons looking to get that one-man advantage as Marvel gets taken out before the fight even starts.
Yeah, great start once again for Crazy Raccoon, right? Vital being unleashed with nobody rating them in check, and just is clean up crew on all 5, says Crazy Raccoons, as they're able to send the remaining players back into their spawn.
Jmac, we talked about this guy playing the Venom, and he has been on an absolute show. He has put up a Venom Masterclass, the coach, and also doubling as the player here for Crazy Raccoon, and he is showing why he can still play at the highest level despite being that coach.
Ultimate coming through from the Rage of Ultra, and now Piggy will have to regroup with it. It's all a bit scattered, to be honest, for the side of Rejects. It's on the highs of Piggy to find an opening pick to maybe dismantle Crazy Raccoon's lurkers around the corner, but the fact is you still have to get into the thick of it. You have to use your displacement for good. Now coming in is the Endsong and says goodbye to NX. Finale starts things off, but once again the Karmic Revival is going to be bringing NX back despite Lastro losing their life to one. It brings back a flurry of people.
Oh, great awareness from NX. Shuts down Dobi's Jeff ultimate. JT3 also teaming things up with a Meteor as well. And Crazy Raccoon show no signs of stopping here as they look to cross the 80% mark. What else do you have left, Reject?
What else do you have, Reject? We're all scratching our heads right now. You have to dig even deeper into the recesses of your strat and composition pool to figure out what they can do next, because it's the likes of Vital and NX just dancing circles around them. IZaYaKI around with the Cosmic Yarn to provide some healing potential, but gets very easily gunned down. Vital taking names for themselves with the long-range hit scan. Now Piggy with their own retribution. Marvel will find one. Open things up for Reject despite IZaYaKI having to come back. It's only 99% for Crazy Raccoon.
99% is the name for Crazy Raccoon. Look how short that overtime meter is. Reject, though, looking to seize control. They are able to take away enough members to try to very, very closely take control, and they finally pull through.
Breath of a sigh of relief, likely for the side of Rejects, and some loud moments to gather their thoughts as they kind of recount what they need to do next. DDobi has these, Jeff. We talked perhaps about the efficacy of such an ultimate in the singular confined space of domination. And Marvel having a feast. I don't want it to be as wasted as before. Having to couple with Piggy is going to be great. We come in for some charms. Not much happening around the end, so a bit of a reset we go as Piggy now on the back line. Supported by DDobi. We'll find a Jmac, a great early pick, but back onto the site. Someone's trying to backhalf it.
I think Crazy Raccoon can still stay in this fight if he does choose to do so. Jmac could just use the portal to try to rejoin his team. We'll see if he's going to be able to use it or not. As Piggy looking to grab the control, kidnaps JT3, and is forced to use the bubble to try to get himself out to safety. Piggy will do the same, and they will just shake hands and be satisfied with that trade.
A great cooldown management so far, right? No one's kind of over-obsessing or over-committing to it, waiting for it to come through, waiting for the initiation, which might be the Galactic Legend from the top. Now, Ensong as well. A lot of people bring fire to this sheet as we bring the Age of Ultron into the mess of it all. CYA calls for some action. Go high in the sky. Already used the Rage of Ultron. Now hunting for NX and finds the pick.
Lastro, though, will pop the Karmic Revival. All the ultimates being used by Reject, but Marvel and DDobi have to be the difference here if Crazy Raccoon are going to try to force their way back into the site as Vital lasers down hell as he takes down DDobi with that It's Jeff, something that Crazy Raccoon have been so good at dealing with. As Finale looking to land the shots, will take out Vital. Piggy will take out Lastro on the side here as Reject look to take control. Now Reject in the driver's spot here as we get to a 99-99 scenario. Portal being used by Jmac, has the eye, but can he be the difference? Can he be the one that seals the deal here as round number one's overtime meter slowly but surely expiring? It's so damn small, but Reject are able to take care of it. And finally, something that Reject can rely on here in this best of 7 series.
Finally, something that they can say that they took for them.
Best to wait until the second round, and it looks like he will do so.
I was looking at that. I was like, okay, you have a lot of targets around you, but a lot of your teammates have fallen, so that Argono is not going to find as much value. You know, I think in terms of Crazy Raccoons, you have a lot of space to make mistakes and basically not to push as hard because you've already done so. You've gotten these 3 maps under your belt, and saving the Eye of Argono for point number 2, definitely the aim of the game as we go on a bit of a flank here. Thor in action for JT3 to make the electrical entrance. That is the Asgardian God. Now the backline being harassed, but the Son of Marvel will be able to get out after being frozen. So fair enough, it's a that trade. No one's falling just yet. Just working these cooldowns. Gargoyle will start things off with the rage of their own Ultron, trying to look for some picks. The sustain is so true. The sparks coming in clutch, and Marvel will pay for their sins.
I think Marvel got solo ulted by Jmac again. Now the Endsong Inferno from NX is going to just shut down the CYA as DDobi getting lasered down by Vital. But Piggy, quick to trade, will take out SeungHoon, who didn't actually have the Spade of Both Worlds just yet, but still a notable pick. But Crazy Raccoon, they're taking over the site.
They are indeed, and Finale is not even done yet, right? They're trying to make things work as, okay, I think for that trade so far, but Finale finding shots onto it. Now has to do with Athora right in their face. The tendrils are good for it. Thunder coming in hot, but doesn't quite find the mark. Finale's dealt with. NX is now angry, looking for more picks, having to dash underneath to teleport back into the action here, right on top into the thick of it.
Great positioning from NX. This is something that he's so good at. Never overextending, never going for the risky plays, and just stays composed, stays in the back line, and does what he does best, and just clicks away as Reject look to regroup. Crazy Raccoon already about halfway done.
Halfway done to clapping back and evening the scoreline. Not if Rejects have anything to say about that. Marvel tries their best to hold back Thor. That is JT3 as they swing into action to adjust this back line, looking for the next target. It will be Asgardian versus Asgardian. I think they're cousins, but unfortunately not today. DDobi around the back has their Jeff ultimate, looking for a bit of yum action, forcing out two. It's not being targeted. A great dance around for in the mouth. Finds Lastro, finds JT3. Value coming out from it. Eventually traded out by Vital.
But it's still a huge advantage for Reject right now. Piggy and Marvel will look to extend that. Vital trying to buy a bit of time, but still will go down as Jmac is just going to experience what is going to be the inevitable knockout for him as Reject again seizing control. But now Crazy Raccoon at 86%. They've been here before. This is almost the exact scenario we saw in round number 1, where Reject were just able to stay and hold off what was the barrage of Crazy Raccoon. But can they do it here? Crazy Raccoon.
I feel like DDobi hurt me. I feel like DDobi absolutely hurt me with a stellar performance on it's Jeff. Now onto the flank we go. Crazy Raccoon's taking an opposite side, just using these pillars as a bit of cover. JT3 trying to deal with the harassment from Piggy, using the Thor to come into play. Now we are Venom indeed. The tendrils are coming true, but the feast will go hungry today.
And no one quite getting taken out, but it looks like an adjustment here from Jmac, who makes Marvel back into the spawn room, but no, the BRB will come back to bring him back into the fight, into the fray. Vital will find things with a pick onto what I think is Piggy, as JT3 and Vital teaming up to find more. NX will capitalize as well. Crazy Raccoon, this might be their winning moment here in round number 2. But there is a portal from Finale. Can he get it in time? 5 seconds left, and he will make that portal come in. What a great shove! What is that going to be the difference? No, they are able to step foot onto the site. God of Thunder is going to be used, and it takes out IZaYaKI and Piggy. Finale goes down as well, and it's all a desperate ploy as Reject are going to get rejected from the site. No chances here as Crazy Raccoon even things out.
I feel like this word is starting to lose its meaning, but it truly is unbelievable for Crazy Raccoons. This is the first time I've seen them come up.
Come your stage 2 champions.
The question is,
as the timer expires, they've got one more round.
Yeah, question is, how does Rejects adjust to the brawl meta that is being brought out by Crazy Raccoons, right? You've even got Lastro holding on to the Karmic Revival for that insurance plan in case things do go awry. The plan B is in your back pocket, which just means that JT2 and Jmac can come in swinging onto Marvel. We go. Huge dive, but not a scratch too much on the side of Crazy Raccoons, so we go again on this point.
Yep. Now the point unlocks. Both sides now having access to it, but things are going to open up with that Rage of Ultron from Gargoyle, as DDobi will capitalize, takes down the star player of Crazy Raccoon, but the Karmic Revival will bring the star, and he will look to shine bright yet again as Lastro brings him back into that fight as Vital. Now it's his turn with the Rage, as there is a wild shark cowering behind the stump of trees. As the Feast not going to quite land the mark just yet, but the skewer coming in from Piggy is going to be vital here as Reject look to shut down Crazy Raccoon at the early stages of this round number 3.
Oh, good response from Reject, right? They basically had Crazy Raccoons caught in a corner. The Raccoons perhaps in a trash bin somewhere. And it was pinned by the likes of Piggy, DDobi making their shark left click work from distance. Just the AoE effect as well. So great response to be able to maybe hold corner Crazy Raccoons into a small frame, right? That is perhaps the win condition against the brawl-like meta they're bringing.
53 still staying on the Thor, a pick that we have not seen ever really in this highest level of play, as the added retribution from Piggy is going to take out Lastro, who does have the cocoon and will use it to come back immediately, as the Fate of Both Worlds by SeungHoon now going to expire. IZaYaKI will use his after being dangerously taken down low. And Crazy Raccoon, it might be their opportunity, but Reject do have their own Fate of Both Worlds as well. JT3 also with the God of Thunder will slam down, but not gonna quite find anyone. Crazy Raccoon also now needs to find an advantage, as SeungHoon will get taken out. Jmac also falls as well. He tried to use the grapple to try to get himself out, but he still falls in the end, as Reject look to hold for just a bit longer.
DDobi has definitely heard what I have to say, and I sincerely apologize to the Jeff main right now. Absolutely delivering value when needed. Now away we go into it more. The thick of it is Marvel. The chop rain good today onto NX themselves, and last Fnatic is right there with them for seconds.
Not even the Soulbound could really keep the rest of Crazy Raccoon alive, as Gargoyle will take out Vital. Nelly even going to stagger the Raccoons even more, as Reject, will they find a way? Will they find a way back here with a map win on their belt, as a desperation portal needs to be used, but there is no chance for Crazy Raccoon to get onto the site. They are desperately scrambling, and they will finally step foot as the overtime meter comes into fruition. But Reject looking to hold off what is left of Crazy Raccoon. Can they do it here, as Lastro tries to find a pick though, but Finale is there to quickly deny it. But Vital will shut down Piggy. But look at the overtime meter. Everyone on Reject, everyone on Crazy Raccoon trying to find a way to stay on the site. Overtime meter slowly expiring. Reject looking to have all the momentum here as they look to secure the 4th map.
They do indeed. They break the momentum of Crazy Raccoons despite having given them Cradle, that second point on the domination Krakoa, and they're able to come back with this win. I mean, a much deserved win as well from the adjustments that they made, even in the face of adversity like Crazy Raccoons themselves.
Just like that, Reject finally, better late than never, as they look to take over the 4th map here. We go on here on this best of 7. Crazy Raccoon still at that match point. Reject though, if they want to make, and at the time Crazy Raccoon were just quick to shut it down, but now Crazy Raccoon straight up shut it down. The gates opened up and we head into the map here. Crazy Raccoon again at match point, but Reject looking to deny Crazy Raccoon from the title. But like we said before we headed into this map, the Rejects have a lot of work to do here, as Vital takes out Gargoyle thanks to Jmac going sky high, getting the kidnap down. And that's going to be a great opener.
Chat, this is why you always see Rocket Raccoon in the spawn, right? You get those enormous jumps, and right now Moon Knight absolutely delivering. NX right there with them for a couple of two for the price of absolutely 0, not a stagger, as Piggy tries their best to flood back onto this objective so they can be quickly unstaggered by Crazy Raccoons.
Gargoyle setting up the teleport, making sure everyone goes in. There's the change over to the Captain America. IZaYaKI got slept. He fell asleep. He fell asleep at the wheel as IZaYaKI gets taken out. Marvel and Piggy though will pick up the pieces. Will pick up and just reject the punishment that Crazy Raccoon provided, as Reject look to hold off the push for just a bit longer, as that first point still has a ways to go here, only at that halfway mark, as Crazy Raccoon look to recover here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Marvel, who's hopped onto the Captain America. Now Finale's popped the Soul Resurgence. I have Agamotto catches one. Finale in the midst of that Soul Emergence won't be it's surviving because DDobi's got their back. That patty cake is coming beautifully for the strategists as they try to go again. IZaYaKI on the Loki to provide this defensive hold with multiple members, which means it's harder for Sierra Vital to figure out who is who.
Scrapping away. Nothing tipping the scales just yet. DDobi getting focused down, but has the fate of both worlds. So 4 ultimates. For the side of Reject, as Crazy Raccoon, they do have the fate of both worlds as well, so they're able to find it an opportunity to deny key ultimates, but Marvel will just take Vital out of the fight. Lastro, though, will trade onto Finale as is Captain America of Reject, doing a lot of work right now in the back line of Crazy Raccoon.
Sort of a stalemate thus far. No one's wanting to overcommit. Rejects waiting for Crazy Raccoons to come in with the play, and they do indeed. The 3 stunned onto Crazy Raccoons, but the sustenance from SeungHoon is too much to bear. No picks early on. Hunting for the dancer. Piggy finds the mark. Marvel onto Vital as well. Vanguard's making a play. Gargle, the triple. Vanguard's taking names for themselves.
That's a great hold for Reject. Crazy Raccoon now needs to recover. You talked about this. Reject are really good at denying teams from this first point, especially here on Midtown. And they look to do that as there's only 60 seconds left, even less than that for Crazy Raccoon to come back in. Key moment though, JT3 has the Eye of Agamotto. Jmac also with the Strangling Prison. Actually, no, Reject do have strategist ultimates to try to counter it. But can they time it perfectly? Let's find out right here.
Right here, right now, is the backline being harassed. It's the Finale, Soul Emerges. Hayakumo comes in, doesn't find anything. The lamps are out for extra protection. Freedom Charge now online by Marvel to be able to just provide that healing potential. Sleep! Gargle doesn't fire off their own eye, but Ho will find 2 with the Maelstrom of Madness. They're on a rampage. They're taking names. You've awakened the beast, and Rejects are there to answer.
Marvel is trying to deny a counter portal. Can he do it though? Trying to deny. He's trying to seal away the point here as 2 seconds left. But a wild Jmac dives right in and buys hopefully enough time for the rest of the Raccoons to flood onto the site. And Jmac, he actually gets support. He actually gets the heals. And now he's able to contribute to this fight as the fight continues. It rages on. IZaYaKI has the Eye of Agamotto, not going to quite find the mark. IZaYaKI used the battle mission to find a stolen fate of both worlds, but is immediately shut down as Reject look to take over the side. Crazy Raccoon, they have nothing left here as they have to settle with Reject doing what they do best here on Midtown, and they deny the Raccoons of a single point.
I'm gonna stand by what I said, Dan. It is the Captain America that changed.
Reject. They got their work cut out for them. They just have to walk what essentially might be a few blocks, like halfway towards that first block, and then that's all it takes for them to secure the second map for themselves. 2 to 3 will be the score if Reject are able to hold off the resistance of Crazy Raccoon. Try not to see if they're going to be able to, because there is a world where Crazy Raccoon do an even better hold. But albeit it is very unlikely.
It is a little unlikely, but I wouldn't put it past them. They're running the triple with JT3 on their dispersion tactic and a double shields composition to huddle themselves on the second floor of this hotel. So fair enough. They've also got Vital on the one-sided Adam Warlock, I believe. So it's gonna be a lot of tick-for-tat trays that they can push out. But if worse comes to worse, they can come with the insurance plan of the current revival to skip by the long respawn timer that they have.
We've seen Vital doing so much work with that Adam Warlock. I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to do it again, but Vital gets taken out early. Lastro getting taken out by Finale as well, the star player for Reject. And he's able to secure all of the frags, all of the knockouts here for Reject as Crazy Raccoon already getting stunned out here.
It's just like the Endgame movie, you know? The moment you get a Captain America on your side, you're assembling the rest of these teams for yourself. and everyone's playing on absolute top performance right now from the side of Rejects. They're, they look very comfortable, to be honest, not really breaking too much of a sweat. But here we go again, it's Crazy Raccoons portal themselves back in.
More trades coming in, but Vital getting shut out yet again. Lastro dangerously low again. Gargoyle doing so much work. Jmac getting shredded out. Marvel will find the pick onto Lastro. This might just be the map win for Reject. Quick as you like it. Reject, make it happen. They get the job done and are halfway there from an absolute denial and a great comeback for Reject.
Unbelievable. I gotta stop using that word, but it truly is unbelievable. I've never seen a match go this way, right? But Rejects are finding the momentum. You have to. It's one thing to win a map. It's another to win a map after having lost the first 3 at the tail end of this Ignite series in the grand finals itself. It does take tenacity, and Rejects are bringing the fire. It starts with the. He didn't ban out the rocket like we've seen before, so NX will still be able to work their magic. Oh no! He clicked early and put a portal in front of. That's novice mistake. Novice mistake. I'm looking at you, Jmac. I'm looking at you. No, sorry, Marvel. I'm looking at you, Marvel.
Hey, Jmac did nothing wrong. He's the one charging up the portal now. It looks like they are going to expect a high ground take. This is what they did back in their match against Gen G, so this time it's no different. And Piggy and the rest of Reject will be quick to react to it. How does the Raccoons look to take over here? The way they did it last time was to try to surround the entirety of the opposing team and just try to close them in through sheer willpower, through sheer firepower, it seems, as Vital looking to do the same as he opens up, taking out Dobi.
I mean, big pick right here. The Dobi peeking around the corner for seconds. Is Vital still there? Yep. Takes one right to the face, looking for Finale as well. Getting them down solo, but can't seal the deal of the back off. Gargoyle on the other side. We'll find Jmac just overextending it. The change here from Reject versus Gen G on this map is that Rejects are falling into the recesses of safety, right? They're not playing too much, and once they can stabilize, they come in swinging. As you see here, they're able to take back their Crazy Raccoons' defensive fort by force and leave them fleeing, tail tucked.
Still get a third, so it's still something that Crazy Raccoon could rely on, but obviously you want to go for more. You want to go for more opportunities as Jmac, or as actually it is Jmac on the Captain America, just jumping in, looking to find some sort of disruption play. But look at the Crazy Raccoons. They go all the way onto the right side of the map safely, try to make contact right above the site here, and they don't have to fight their way through that mid area, which is notoriously hard to take.
Indeed. Jmac's already in the back line harassing these strategists, and in we go. NX is right there with them. Huge sleep! Gets out before the in-song hits anything right now. IZaYaKI will copy the fate of both worlds, hopping them in onto. They're so close. Finale manages to get away with their life. Now Piggy coming with a response to deny NX from any Galactic Legends. The Meteor proving so useful to be saved at the right time.
And with that, Crazy Raccoon run for the hills. They quickly preserve the lives of everyone else. Wait for NX to respawn, who try to look for the hero play with the Galactic Legend, but Piggy, quick to react, soaks it all up with the Meteor, and just throws it right back at him. SJT3, though, has the Eye of Agamotto. Finale goes down before the Soul Resurgence even comes into fruition, but here comes the regroup from Reject with that Karmic Revival. Vital also has his on the opposing side of Crazy Raccoon. When do they look to strike here is going to be the big question. Vital still saving it, trying to keep the team alive. Soulbound not available just yet as NX tried to do what he can to try to find an opening, try to find any sort of way in as NX leads to dash away from danger. The rest of Crazy Raccoons looking to push in. 40 seconds left on the timer, but Reject are looking to hold.
They are indeed. I mean, the land just came at a perfect time, but now we've got Jmac coming in for more. The spin him in is perfect from NX. They flood the defensive hold and the back line. Lastro right there with the defensive clicks, and Vital will clean up shop on Marvel as well. It's quick, it's easy. Now Gargle will be paying their dues.
He's gonna save the Cocoon. Great push coming in from RACCOON. They didn't even invest a whole lot. All they did was use Lastro's Soul Resurgence to get themselves into the site. NX looking to further stagger, but that wall will keep the rest of Reject alive for now as IZaYaKI uses the God of Mischief, because look at this. Reject, they're looking to push on through. They're looking to get the portal and get everyone onto the site ASAP.
I mean, they know that Crazy Raccoons from Gen G's play, right, likes to play up forward, so they basically hop back, play defense around this. IZaYaKI finds Vital, will take him out, but I believe has the Cocoon, and more importantly has the coming Revival, so that's going to be big for them to come back in some point in time. Marvel taking this offensive stance now in desperation. It is the fate of both worlds. Pop from the side of SeungHoon, but oh, huge eye catching Marvel and DDobi!
But DDobi was able to secure the Soul Resurgence popped in time. Finale and Marvel will team up to find 2. 4 will fall, but Vital brings them right back. As the rest of the
nothing's
RACCOON
ever
working.
happened. SeungHoon steps back into the plane of existence, and Marvel's doing their best to hold down the fort. Now, back onto the right side of the map, the correct side of the map is what I meant to say. And then it stomps onto Finale, not actually knowing where that came from. JT3, Jmac finding one of their own, so they're able to open things up. But once again, it's the mass colossal resurrection coming in to bring and nerf all efforts back into life.
A great value coming in from Gargle's Karmic Revival, and they're gonna find even more with a quick dink onto Jmac, who doesn't have any resources to keep himself alive anymore, as JT3 now has the Eye of Agamotto available. Look at Crazy Raccoon, they're running rampant, they're going absolutely nuclear right now as Reject look to run for the hills, as Crazy Raccoon looking to close in on this second point. No portal available on the side of Reject for the time being, because that ability is on cooldown.
Yeah, just gonna have to walk a little bit. J3 doing some sneaky, perhaps portal cutoffs, but hey, a bit too little too late because Reject have already walked their way in!
Oh wait, no,
Denied
Finale's
by
stuck! No,
NX.
Finale's isolated! There was no way for the rest of Reject to help out Finale. He got stuck and pinned down by that. But the Eye of Agamotto from onto 3. But is it too little too late? The answer is yes, because Crazy Raccoon, they're fine with that. They already took the second point.
They did indeed, and just Jmac, actually able to get 1 for their troubles. That's a bit that's a little egregious, to be honest. So this actually causes Reject to have to fall back just a little bit. A change in pace from Crazy Raccoons, right? They're looking to maybe group up and have to push hard this tunnel. They haven't been able to push as far as perhaps on their attack side when they're playing against Gen G. But hey, Jmac's trying to change some of that by a little side play, a little Hail Mary action on the side.
So many ultimates on the side of Reject. Crazy Raccoon have their resources, but there is nothing available to counteract. DDobi and Gargle getting stunned up, but is there enough burst damage? The answer will be yes. The Soul Resurgence will get denied as Finale. His damage also getting denied, but Marvel will pick up a double, but the Karmic Revival will bring everyone back into the fray. We say this again and again and again, but Piggy wants to find the meteor, doesn't quite land a shot, will get peppered down by this Galactic Legend, but look at all the resources coming in from Reject to try to keep everyone alive, and they are successful in denying NX's barrage of the legendary ultimate. And now if we settle in a little bit of a stalemate, Marvel wants to change things up. Lastro getting stunned up, but can he stay alive through the resurgence? No! He gets taken out as well. Crazy Raccoon now down a man. NX getting slept on for a little bit. Reject still looking good here. They still have the Karmic Revival available, but SeungHoon has that fate of both worlds, so we may be fighting again.
We may indeed. 4 seconds left, and Reject have a lot to bring to the table, especially with the Cocoon coming out from Vital to bring the heat, right? Crazy Raccoons able to convert a little bit. Jmac hunting down Gargle, gets 2 strategists now looking for IZaYaKI. Okay, just hunting these totems now.
But look at the timer though. Overtime comes into fruition. A great stun onto Marvel, who gets taken out, and 3 fall back to back to back. make it one more as Crazy Raccoon looking to push on forward. I am not entirely sure if Marvel does have a portal available. We'll see if he's able to get it down in time. But we'll see as Reject looking to stop what is a flood of Raccoons onto this third point as that overtime meter comes into fruition and has stayed in fruition. But that's going to limit Crazy Raccoon's space on the map.
It is indeed now popping. They're Galactic Legends high up in the sky, and it's trying to find a pick, but it's countered by so many Fate of both worlds and so Resurgence coming from both sides. A huge stun onto two players, Crazy Raccoons. Finale, the DDobi have come alive and find the picks. They're holding it back. They've got
they stopped it.
The Carbon Rider. They've stopped the Carbon Rival in their tracks. The overtime meter counts down. Reject put a hold to Crazy Raccoons.
That was a desperation play coming in from everyone on Crazy Raccoon. There were ways to get back into that fight, but unfortunately none of them worked out.
They're alive indeed, and Crazy Raccoons just need to deny but a centimeter, or if you're the US side, an inch perhaps. And once they deny that distance, it's them crowning themselves kings of America of Asia for stage 2. Reject now having the offensive on their side, the initiative to take the rate and pace of this for themselves. Crazy Raccoons putting up looks like a just a 2-1-3 on their defensive half.
Here we go. Crazy Raccoon, you've been in this situation before. You were so close to sending it to a championship berth here. But obviously Reject, they will not go down without a fight here as they look to set up and defend what could be the final round of this map, the final map of this series as oh, look at this. Marvel actually taking to the skies to at least get the portal safely apart from any sort of distractions. They'll be able to do so.
I like it, take the high ground. I've actually never seen that, so that's a little smart. It might catch any stunners off guard, drawing out their cooldowns, but Marvel will be able to successfully get the teleport out. I mean, we're not going to talk about what happened during their defensive time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, so Marvel falling back, just wanting to peel back for their backline just a little bit, making sure that NX doesn't do too much to their backline. A lot of great checks, a lot of good Vanguard practices right now as Gargle also supporting it. The lamps do come out. NX now dealt with. That's one out of the way. You don't have to worry about what the hard hitters from Crazy Raccoons.
And Piggy just shreds down JT3. It seems like everyone else on Reject are just going to just take over the site relatively early, it seems like, as the rest of the Raccoons looking to pick up the pieces, looking to hold, but can they deny that point? No, they will not. Lastro made a last-ditch effort to try to jump in, but the portal was a little too late as Jmac and NX are going to just fall here.
Your fate.
And Crazy Raccoon have to give up that first point. 5 minutes to work with.
Yeah, and they lost the teleport cooldown as well, so it'll be out for nearly 2 minutes. NX on the Star-Lord. Still back on your signature Star-Lord, to be honest. I think they still have the option of running a Human Torch if they really wanted to, but look at the flag. So aware are these team and players, right? They understand the tendencies of Jmac to maybe take to an off angle. So away we go, slamming into that backline. Huge sleep from the side of from the DDobi to escape with your life, but the battle of the Vanguards persists in this upper echelon.
Reject have a small upper hand in terms of ultimate economy right now. Here comes the Eye of Agamotto. It completely whiffs. It goes wide as Lastro. Now is the time to give some life to the Crazy Raccoons, but they're not able to find a whole lot. DDobi now responds with his own Soul Resurgence, but here comes that meteor. Will it land onto the mark? No, it will not. So all of these ultimates being countered again and again. Both sides trading blow after blow. Here comes the meteor, shuts down Lastro. And there is a Karma Revival available, and they will be able to burn it in time as the Star-Spangled Path coming in from Jmac will try to find a way for Reject, find a way for the Raccoons to try to take over here as Finale takes out Lastro for the second time in this fight. As Reject are looking to have all the momentum, have all the resources to try to push on through. But SeungHoon will buy 10 more seconds of vulnerability before Reject look to make that push.
Yeah, Gargoyle Finale just in the right place at the right time. The seal off will allow, I think, NX to live with their life just a little bit more, but Jmac's on the corner as well. So, you know, it's a lot of high momentum chaos, but the way that Rejects are playing fluidly superior at the moment. They're able to also work their ultimates in a staggered procession, not overcommitting to the pace of Crazy Raccoons. Into this choke point we go. Finale using those sparks to find JT3, and that's a Vanguard out of the way.
Yep, and NX looking for a desperation play. Marvel, again, not quite landing the mark with the Eye of Agamotto. Now, NX goes legendary, finds one onto Dobby, but the Karmic Revival is going to pop in time, but they are able to secure the pick onto Gargoyle, who does have the Cocoon, though. As Finale just being in the back line, being the star, being the show of Reject, as everyone falls, and quick as you like it, Reject equalize things with 2 apiece.
Finale playing so well right now, right? Finding the sparks. I actually realized that sometimes Crazy Raccoons has to play a bit further apart just because those sparks do transfer from being to being, and that disbursement allows Reject to possibly isolate players just a little bit more. And you know, also the sparks transferring on the Loki clones is just adding so much value.
Much value coming in from Reject. All of these ultimates coming out in their favor. These trades. This is what you want to see in the highest level here. These ultimates being used in your favor. None of them getting countered. All of them going in on your side as everyone of Crazy Raccoon looking to try to stop what seems like an unstoppable push coming in from Reject. Reject also having 3 ultimates. Crazy Raccoons do have a similar amount as well.
The Freedom Charge kind of put a halt to the objective right now, but go in for more with a bit of action. Now, take for Tat, ultimate coming through, looking for the hunt. Oh, hits, but manages to survive it. Oh, that's unbelievable for the side of Finale. Now, we'll get one of their own. The DDobi fires back. Reject on a bit of a rampage here, but Vital puts an end to it with the Karmic Revival coming out to bring back lost members.
There's NX, a desperate use of the Galactic Legend. Piggy trying to find what he can, but Dobby finds a pick on the Jmac. But Reject looking good here. They have 2 picks for their... And NX still couldn't find a pick with that Galactic Legend. As Reject, they are so close to forcing a deciding Game 7. We've been here before. 12 members entered the fray in Stage 1, and it looks like 8 members might experience on Map 7 in its place.
It's unbelievable right now from the side of Reject. They're firing on all cylinders. They're looking at the right targets. Just waiting for the ultimates to build with 1.7 meters left. Finale being the first one to fall. Crazy Raccoons putting up a bit of a fight. Lastro will find Piggy, but the Born Again Gargoyle coming in alive, bringing back the last 3 members who fell. The momentum flips onto the side of Reject, and they're able to sustain their throughput here on the offensive.
No one is close to their ultimates right now. This is going to be a scrappy fight. No one able to rely on any ultimates available. Who is really close? Who is the one going to tip the scales? It looks like Dobby with that Salt Resurgence at 98%. Marvel as well, having the eye very, very close as well. But look at all the numbers. NX close to that Galactic Legend, but Crazy Raccoon are going to hold with 1 minute 15 left on the clock.
Ultimates galore right now. It's going to be an explosive one with Jmac just right up in your face. Trying to see if he can make it work. NX is really a bit on the high ground here, looking for some early picks. Has the Galactic Legends waiting for the perfect time to use it. They don't want to use it too early.
Oh, they found it!
IZaYaKI, that's a big pick, right? You spin to win, maybe you get one more. The Soulbound comes in, just a little bit more support.
Oh my god, the tracking from NX might be all the difference here. Look at the timer, now under 1 minute. Reject. Time running slow as they're getting rejected from the site. Here we go. NX kicks things off with one more Galactic Legend. Is it enough to cross the line here as Reject aren't going to burn a whole lot? They only burn the Loki lamps. As Crazy Raccoon looking, holding, trying to stay alive in the series, alive in the grand final as Reject They are not done just yet. 6 ultimates available. Here we go. Reject gets stunned up, but the heals, the utility is strong. It's great on the side of Reject, and they're going to use that to take full advantage as they look to find one. NX goes down. It's the push from Reject. Is it enough? We'll see. Vital with the revival coming in as Raccoons need to flood onto the site. Everyone scrambling. Everyone knows what is at stake. Reject looking to deny Crazy Raccoon of a championship win for one more map. Finale, is he the difference? Is he the star? He might be as he finds Vital in the end, who does come back thanks to the cocoon, but the lamp will keep Lastro alive for a little bit longer, but the AoE's coming down, but Vital, a crucial trade.
Indeed, I mean, Gargoyle still has the covering revival that's active. Now, high in the sky, JT3 will be taken out. Gargoyle pushing the mark here and finds Finale. With the revival, they pushed it over the line. We're going the distance to map number 7.
We've been here in stage 1. We're here again. Reject forcing a decider here in the grand finals. They've been here before, and they are willing to do it again. But this time, will we finish it in map 7, or do we go into uncharted territory called map number 8?
I mean, yeah, the teams have the chance to do the most hilarious thing, but holy, was that a fight till the end.
Ability that has proved to be vital for NX's success lately.
Yeah, indeed. So a bit of a switcheroo, right, between Finale and NX in terms.
I hope so. This has been an absolute intense best of 7. Only in Asia. We've dubbed that time and time again, but it really is true. Only in Asia where you get matches like this. Only in Asia where you have 5 out of the 13 best of 5s going all the way to the distance. Almost half of them. And no other region is like this.
I mean, they're really at the wit's ends right now. You have to dig absolutely deep into, you know, the inner soul to bring out everything and the kitchen sink and even more past that to be able to push it to a best of 7. Immediately off the rip, Crazy Raccoons takes a very aggressive stance here onto the side of Piggy, who's hopped onto the Angela. SeungHoon with the classic Mantis providing all these boosts for NX, who's rocking the Phoenix. Now in the backline is Marvel. Very, very calm so far. No one's being eliminated thus yet.
Nothing, no oversteps just yet. Nothing happening. No one dangerously low for the time being. Jmac will surely be able to get support from his fellow teammates. But right now, Crazy Raccoon, they look to have to control Finale, looking to find a pick onto SeungHoon, who gets a great bubble coming out from JT3 as Finale looks to set his sights on a different target, but looks to teleport away to safety. BRB is also available on IZaYaKI, so if anyone gets picked on the side of Reject, they can go right back into the fight. But Gargoyle starts things off with the Rage of Ultron. NX counters with the Ensong Inferno, but there is no value just yet, but NX will be the first to fall.
Yeah, first of all, indeed. Now the yummy comes out. They find 3. They spit out the ally. They're heading towards the end. I never doubted you, DDobi. I never doubted you. Absolute cinema as Reject fire back.
And also denies the Loki ultimate coming in from Lastro. The Soul Resurgence stolen is not going to be available, and that's a key ultimate being used up, being burned away by Reject. And now Crazy Raccoon, now in a tough situation. They have to find a way back in here with that Jeff ultimate shutting down any sort of comeback. Reject need to find a way to hold off what could be Crazy Raccoon's comeback push.
Yeah, you know, Finale just hiding around the corner like a snake in the grass, looking for an early pick. Finds Lastro hovering around the corner. But, you know, just enough for the strategist to be wary, right? That's the thing. You peel away. You don't keep attention on to the front side now. Jmac looking for a little shark hunting. They're looking for the likes of DDobi, who did so much damage on his backside. I love that we're getting this 1v1, but now into the air we go. Legendary, says Finale. Bringing on the heat. The Soul Surges is big onto Marvel, but the BRB brings back Venom.
I think Vital was able to deny Marvel's Feast of the Abyss. We'll see if that's the case, but Jmac lays out the Star-Spangled path as everyone of Crazy Raccoon look to take advantage of it, gets that bonus health, get that shield going. We'll see if Crazy Raccoon are able to take over. Still in control is Reject on the site here, as everyone on Reject look to finish things here, as NX, the star of Crazy Raccoon, looking to seize control, but still in favor is Reject right now.
Yeah, 80% and climbing towards the tail end right now as holy, Piggy's finding a lot of space. It's NX holding the fort right now. Okay, powers of Mai. It is a CYA in contention at the moment for the side of Rejects to be able to pop that out. Great sleeve onto IZaYaKI and just put them out of action for a little bit now. These 1v1s in we go. Finds finale. 99%. This is the point of no return.
This is, in fact, the point of no return. DDobi does have the It's Jeff combo if he wants to use it right here, right now. The Rage of Ultron from Gargoyle trying to zone away Crazy Raccoon, who have yet to take a point of control on the site. And now Crazy Raccoon's 2 members piled onto the site, but the Karmic Revival is available on the side of Vital. As soon as 1 member of Crazy Raccoon goes down, that's going to be the signal for Vital to pop that ultimate immediately. JT3 getting caught up in the Heaven's Retribution. NX also in the thick of it right now, still finding frags, finds IZaYaKI, who doesn't have a way to come back into this fight, but NX ignores the front line of Reject, looks to be the difference, looks to make it happen right here, right now, and Crazy Raccoon, despite getting to 99, will finally get on the board.
I mean, it took everything from them, right, to dig deep and figure out how to combat. Honestly, Reject were kind of running around circles for them a bit, which made that target acquisition for the side of Crazy Raccoon just a little bit too hard. But with Jmac doing something similar, distracting the back line, you know, forcing DDobi to have to do weird things that, once again, on their ass is the Captain America, DDobi hunting for a bit of a way out by sneaking it through in the midst of it all, helping Piggy force Jmac to be hovering and forcing themselves back effectively.
Yeah, and DDobi, being the slippery shark as he is, still does have the It's Jeff. Could use it at any given moment. NX going to kick things off to just at least try to deny the CYA, but everyone on Reject were quick to react to it. We now cut to a wide view of this entire fight. The Meteor is going to be tanked by Marvel, but he still goes down to the hands of JT3. NX still firing away, firing the shots as Crazy Raccoon look to get it to halfway.
They do indeed. They're finding some sense in the rhythm that Rejects are bringing, despite the coalition of wandering sharks and diving venoms. They're able to isolate and hold back the advancements. Crazy Raccoons, you know, taking this high ground, which is superior for themselves. Force out Piggy. Great displacement and eyes back onto this point.
53. Staying tall, standing true to what he does best, but the Rage of Ultron is going to cause a bit of issues as Jmac still undetected, unseen, as NX has to fight his way out of a wild Piggy, and DDobi sends 2 to the abyss, as SeungHoon also following with his fellow strategists as Reject look to overtake and take over the site. NX switching over to the Doctor Strange. Can he get it down in time? We gotta see. Overtime meter comes up as fast going down. Here comes the portal. NX will be the first entry, but the blender from Finale isn't enough. No, he's going to portal into safety, and Crazy Raccoon have 1 more fight in them.
They do indeed, because the Soul Resurgence comes out to provide that support for everyone. I'm looking at Vital, who has the Karmic Revival as well. Gargoyle being pressured into the back line. Here's the Abyss. Are we in? Good, we absolutely are. That's the Karmic Revival out of action. Crazy Raccoons might be losing steam here, especially with Marvel on that pick of the strategist. Finale applying the same amount of pressure on the back line. Lastro is taken out of action. There is the Karmic Revival indeed coming out and bringing back, redoing everything. It's a great stun, honestly, coming from NX.
But DDobi does trade things out. Vital down, no cocoon available as IZaYaKI does put down the CYA. Overtime meter so damn close to expiring, but Crazy Raccoon have a chance as Finale speeding, rocketing his way back into the fight to help his fellow teammates. But DDobi has the Land Shark ultimate. Can he get the job done here? We'll see about that as everyone clamoring in. Hell's Heaven's Retribution going to find no one just yet because he has it ready, and ready is everyone on Reject looking to secure the site as Marvel and DDobi team up to find two. Crazy Raccoon are going to crumble right here. Reject finally take round one.
This is the first time that Reject are in the lead against Crazy Raccoons. We tied up at map 6 and now having a point on map 7.
And now Crazy Raccoon are on the back foot for the first time in this entire series.
Yeah, even with Vital popping out that Karmic Revival to bring back what 2 of their team members, it just couldn't stand in the face of the DDobi plus Piggy absolutely making wonders on that point. Away we go is this final moment. Crazy Raccoons being forced back into a bit of a cocoon here as Finale puts a very aggressive teleport to maybe get into this back line, supported by the rest of the teams, right? Marvel and DDobi doing absolute wonders to make havoc, and now it's gonna be the Galactic Legends. Bubble comes out to maybe distract just a little bit, can't find enough of those squishy targets on the back line. Finally Vital and SeungHoon will fall to the wayside. IZaYaKI will be traded out by JT3, but on the hunt, well, Jack, oh, they find Lastro, they find the right clone, and Rejects will firmly and securely get this first point for themselves.
That was probably the worst person to go down. SeungHoon getting lasered down by the Galactic Legend, greeted to save the Soul Resurgence, opted to see if he was able to find a better time to use it, and that might have been a punishing blow as SeungHoon was forced to walk back onto the site, and the rest of Reject are going to take full advantage of that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he goes undetected. Does he have a way to punish this? As here comes Marvel, takes down Vital, who does have the cocoon though, so it's not the end of the world here in this fight for Crazy Raccoon, as Lastro gonna get sent into the abyss. No God of Mischief available as Finale takes down, wins that 1v1 against NX as the CYA all but secures what might be a round win as JT3 swallows up DDobi, who does come back thanks to the BRB. As NX, now it's his turn on the Galactic Legend. Finale tried to flip his way into a win, but no, you cannot outrun, you cannot hide from NX as NX, he is the star, he is the show, he will be the raccoon that sends the Crazy Raccoons, hopefully, to a map and maybe it's control for the time being. Reject make it to about 63, but there is still resistance coming in.
There is indeed. They forced the teleport. He went back in. Piggy's flying back into action. They're buying time at a sliver of their map, just dancing around. And finally, at the tail end, they lose control. They have to reassemble. Marvel has to skedaddle out of there. Right? They've done the right thing and buy themselves perhaps 12% back onto this point.
Oh my gosh, the nerves, everyone at the edge of their seats, eyes glued to the monitors. As both Reject and Crazy Raccoon putting on an absolute show right now here in this best of 7 grand final. But we are not done. We're nowhere near from getting done as Crazy Raccoon look to find a defensive play here. Marvel trying to find the tendrils, will tag down Vital, who has been the main target for all of these fights. That's another great knockup coming in, but the bubble will keep SeungHoon alive for just a bit longer. Lastro has the stolen Soul Resurgence and will mischief his way to heal up Crazy Raccoon back into the fight, but Vital, keep in mind, he did get picked out early in that fight, so he's still making his way back in as Finale lasers down NX, another 1v1 win for him. Marvel takes over as well, but here comes the ultimate barrage from both sides as Vital revives everyone, as Jmac puts down the path to keep everyone alive and well. Will deny the the Galactic Legend, but DDobi, look at this multi. He heard your name, he heard the criticism, and now he takes full advantage of this fight as Rejects look to reclaim the site, maybe just one step closer to that championship berth.
Finale playing out of their freaking minds. The tracking on this Star-Lord is insane. Piggy's already got the Heaven's Retribution online, which means that if you couple that with perhaps the Rage of Ultron, that's just so much damage concentrated into a very small
90.
area.
10 seconds left here. This might be the last stand, but the Heaven's Retribution is absolutely perfect. It takes up so many members of Crazy Raccoon, but everyone staying alive, staying well. But there is still one member on Crazy Raccoon that made it onto the site and will trigger that overtime meter. So heroics coming in from Jmac, able to stay alive, stay onto the site. And is that the difference? Is that going to be Crazy Raccoon having some sort of life in them?
Just dancing around right now, basically pushing rejects off into high ground now. Extermination indeed. It's gonna be the Meteor M can't find anything, but these lamps are being forced out now. Tracking Piggy around this corner. COI online, but the focused out immediately. It's an open frag zone, and NX will find their mark onto Gargoyle after the Rage of Ultron, the spin to win. Now it's going to be Finale looking to put their final nail in the coffin. DDobi doesn't get away from Jmac. Now it is the ultimate from Finale, finding Vital out of action. Star-Lord v Star-Lord dancing around. Vital's coming back with the cocoon.
Piggy's with the assist. NX does win the 1v1, but Piggy does trade out in the end. Crazy Raccoon, though, during the midst of all that, we're able to reclaim the site. Now look at the point. 99 is going to be the name of the game here as we head into round number 2. NX now, the star, shining brightly here in this second round. He has to do it. He needs to be the difference maker. Dobi tries to find members here, but the portal opens up. The heavens trying to open for the side of Reject, looking to hold for just a bit longer. This game cannot get any more intense than this as SeungHoon and Vital look to team up to find two. Dobi comes back as Jmac is just standing still, standing tall. Can he do it? No, still, some members still leak onto the site. Jmac does have the Freedom charge, but doesn't want to use it just yet. NX getting the shelter, getting their assist from the team. But Crazy Raccoon, they're getting their 2 frags, 3 more, 4 more to go. And Final finishes the job. The lamps not going to shine here for Reject as they fall here in this round number 2. Marvel might just be experiencing what is the inevitable. Crazy Raccoons sends us to all the maps, all the rounds here in map number 7.
It goes the distance to the very end. Yeah,
we are done. We will crown a victor here. How does everyone feel about that? I am absolutely shaking right now. Everyone is definitely playing out of their goddamn minds. Everyone at the edge of their seats, even the audience watching this at home. We've got 2,000 of you watching what could be a historic moment for Crazy Raccoon. But we have one more round to play, and this is all it comes down to.
Oh, Jmac has IZaYaKi's number so early on. Now looking for DDobi. We'll have to skedaddle out of there. Okay, uses the Freedom Charge as their insurance policy to get out and about onto the back line, even taking care of that teleporter. Now onto the site we go. Jmax have made enough space. Look at the ultimates that Crazy Raccoon has as well. They're going to focus in on Marvel, but the shield's coming in the nick of time and to save them a little bit of skin.
This opening fight going a little bit in favor of Crazy Raccoon as Vital and NX. Okay, I said a little advantage. They're going to take a mile with this fight as NX and the rest of the Raccoons look to take control. Jmac taking down what looks like to be IZaYaKi for the second time this fight already as Piggy does find a trade onto JT3. Vital, though, will bring that man advantage still in favor of Crazy Raccoon with that Karma Revival. Marvel does find NX, but Jmac is quick to trade.
Now it's high in the sky, trying to figure out what to do with their Galactic Legends. DDobi out of action, right? That's not a great one to start off with. And Finale using the teleport to get out of there, looking for new target acquisitions to make the deal with Bob. Hey, all eyes on Jmac, right? Who has been such a nuisance in the back line. Look at that shield go! Fighting Marvel mid-dive as well on hungry for more. This man can go all day indeed. SeungHoon's right there with them to be able to provide that damage boost for all these players. A bit of a quiet now as Rejects have to kind of reassemble for themselves.
Look at this reposition though. The rotation's coming in. Now they're going to get spotted by Crazy Raccoon, who are taking control of the site finally. Now up to 20%. Everyone on Crazy Raccoon dodging away from the jump in. Finale just all the way in there, looking to blend what is left of Crazy Raccoon as Lastro pops that God of Mischief, uses the Soul Resurgence to try to keep Crazy Raccoon in this fight. Now Reject looking for that retake as well. Crazy Raccoon not quite finding any sort of frag just yet. Here we go. Jmac going to open things up as Finale needs to be the star of Reject. It's really NX versus Finale here. The star of stage 1 versus the star of stage 2 as Marvel finds the pick up to Vital, who does have the cocoon and will find it to use it at any given moment.
Dobi doing Dobi things in the background. Surviving is the key aim of the game here. NX, Galactic actually is cut pretty much short. Finale finds their demise as well with beautiful clicks from
great sleep.
Vital, who is just taking names. You think it's going Reject's way? Nay. Crazy Raccoons are just firing back on all cylinders.
70% now, 30 seconds left for Reject to find a way back in. Is this the moment? Did Crazy Raccoon wake up at the perfect time in this map number 7? We have yet to see. 15 seconds now. Reject need to make their way in. This is the last stand. Dobi threatening the It's Jeff. Everyone on Crazy Raccoon need to play this absolute perfection. They want to cross the line into a map win, but they have his retribution. Oh my God, Vital, you might have been the savior of Crazy Raccoon. Overtime coming into fruition for the final time this entire series, this entire tournament is Vital looking to be the difference, but Finale looks to use the legend as Marvel also teaming up to try to find something, but Lastro with the God of Mischief will not give them any room.
Piggy's just being a bit slippery, just diving around, escaping with their life. Now focus fire onto Marvel we go. You see the strategist in the backline being harassed by NX to just get off the backline onto Gargle. We go, the tracking is insane. Spin to win. We'll steal the deal onto Gargle. Important one, to say the least, out of the range of that CYA. Now Gargle will find Jmac. That's a matchup you don't see every day. Okay, away we go into the thick of it, straight in, right? The Shooting Zone doing everything they can to provide support and the revenge onto NX.
Well, the revival still brings NX back into the fight. The Karma Revival only now expires. So everyone on Crazy Raccoon able to go absolutely crazy here, as this might be the breaking point here. NX with the Galactic Legend forcing everyone away as the Raccoons decide that now is the time to go absolutely rabid, absolutely rampant over the Reject roster as they take over Ignite Stage 2 and will reborn themselves off the back of NX, and they will be your Ignite Stage 2 Asian champions.
They took the first 3. They gave the next 3 to Reject, perhaps for the script, perhaps for the drama. But it's Crazy Raccoons that were able to clutch all the way to the very end. It took all the way to map 7, a domination match. Not just 2 points, but the 3rd point for Crazy Raccoons to flip the script, to rewrite history, to change their destiny, to take it and win out as champions of Asia Stage 2. Congratulations to Crazy Raccoons. What a decider best of 7 it is. It obviously had to go the distance as far as it could go. And ultimately, you know, it almost looked like their momentum was stalled and staggered by Reject, who came in 3 rounds back to back to push us into a near reverse sweep from the defending champions. But defending champions no more. We crown a new victor for ourselves here in Asia.